Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got two games for you. The first game is 1 versus 1 and it's on Fata Morga. Northern side playing as the Sisters of Baal, we've got Odalus. And playing on the southern side as the Steel Legion, we've got Mads, number 6567. Number will be opening up with a Pioneer Squad, a Doctrine Mechanized Command, or Armoured Fist, however you want to say it, a Ammunition Bunker, and a Generator Plant, whereas the Sisters are going to go for double Missionaries, a Pristine Sanctuary, Adeptus Sororitas Convent, and of course a Plasma Generator. Quite exciting, these guys have played 2 games with each other and sent them in, so whether it ends up as even Stevens 50-50, or whether one person dominates the other, we shall see. Do love the Red Cockerel of France flying high above the Steel Legion's outpost. And he is actually going to be opening with double Rough Riders, so horsey play, some foul horse play on the go as the Pioneer Squads capture their nearest and dearest. Also going to see a Tarantula turret up over on this side. What are you going to be opening with, Odalus? You are going to go for Seraphins. Okay. Now, Seraphins against horses. Who wins in this engagement? I wonder. So, I saw something that Klempe did a little while ago, and he was singing the virtues of these horses, but not in melee combat, in ranged combat, because they're quite mobile, they're quite good at sniping out capping units and builder units in range mode. Now, whether they're able to go toe-to-toe against the Seraphins in range, we'll have to wait and see, but there we go. Oh, look at that. And I've not even pre-watched this or anything. This is completely off the cuff as I have a limited amount of time available to me recording this evening, but here we go. There's no cock like horse cock, and these guys are going to be going in and seeing what they can do, but actually, they're not going in, are they? They're pulling out, and they are running away, but thankfully there's more of them. And you know what they say, the more the merrier. But one horse goes down, and the Seraphins do jump over, probably to go about seeing if they could do some decapping. May as well, while you're at it, seeing if you can snag some bits and bobs, since these guys are probably going to be doing the exact same, so why beat them at their own game when you can beat them at their own game somewhere else? We're going to see a Canoness coming out. Now, is she going to get an Inferno Pistol? I imagine that's probably the ideal situation for her, because it's got incredible accuracy rate. And these guys are infantry, so they will fall down quite quickly to it. Missionary goes down. And these guys not going to go for the decapping at the moment, just focusing on killing those missionaries. Which actually the Steel Legion will probably have a better job of it. I mean, one sister already been deaded. Purely because, I mean, these guys, they can cap, they can jump inside buildings. It's not an ideal opening against the Steel Legion, actually, all things considered. Yeah, these guys are going to jump inside and then start shooting at these ladies. So they may as well actually just stay back home and see what they can do. Definitely not the opening, but we do learn stuff on this channel. And there we go, Inferno Pistol over here. So that should help her in taking these guys on. But their numbers, my goodness, my gracious, they are increasing in size as well as width. And the stuff is happening. And from what I understand from the replays, we are going to see Odalus playing Sisters twice. So it is girls versus boys. We do like our little competitions on this channel. So we'll see which gender reigns supreme here. But the Seraphins are going to come back over. Servitor's trying to escape the badness of these Rough Riders. And the Canoness now able to actually quite handily take out those Rough Riders. So unless they start engaging in melee, which they probably don't want to do neither. Yeah, this is a hard counter to the horses. So if you can anticipate what the Steel Legion are going to go for, it's not a terrible situation. But it does mean that they're able to move out of their way, considering that they're a lot faster. Considering that they've got 4 legs as opposed to 2. 4 legs always faster than 2. We'll attempt to build up an Inferno turret, but that's probably... Oh, there we go. We've got one cheeky boy down there. Going to attempt to build it up as all this carnage goes on. Hopefully the horse won't realise he's there. And look at that. A little bit of misdirection. Men can only do one thing at a time. That's the rules. That's what I've heard. So they're actually just going to completely ignore this Inferno turret. Let it be built up. That's an ideal situation for them. Horses are only freeing that squad there. And being shoved way back home. Very nice stuff. Seraphins are going to jump over and see if they can continue the chase. Not sure if this is the best idea, but they're going to try and get squad wipe where they can. And I assume that you're taking up into tier 2 on the back of this. Have you gone for it? No, you're not. This is an all-in, by the look of it. At least as all-in as one can get. I imagine, unless you've got your tech building being built up somewhere else. No, you have not. The Steel Legion get their tier 2 from their... Oh, the satellite doodad, whatever you call it. It's not from the fire control bunker. So as his sisters, what was the economy element? 56 and 10 compared to 98 and 10. So actually, Steelage have got that early economic boon. And they're just going to continuously pour more resources into these horses. I think they've done all the damage that they can there. I think now it's just a case of controlling these critical locations maybe. And maybe defending half and home around this side. But the Canoness will be coming over. This is a tier 2 listing post there. I'm going to take care of this Pioneer squad. Yeah, you're going to be very careful. Once the lady's out with her pistol, she means business to any form of infantry knocking around. Does a little bit of damage towards the buildings. In fact, actually, yeah. Going to do alright against them. Out of the range of this Trunchetor as well, but the Serpents won't have any kind of luck in that regard. Weathering the storm of that incoming damage as well. We're going to fall back just a smidge, just outside the range of that. Nice positioning. They're going to fall back all the way. And on the move, I don't know what these guys' movement accuracy is, but it doesn't seem too impressive. They're doing a fair bit of damage, but not enough to really cause too much in the way of issues. These guys are going for a Rough Rider squad leader. Is that you know it? Yeah, there we go. Yep, you've got your relay station. Tier 2 is on the way. Sister, have you copying the economy? Not quite. But you are in Tier 2. Oh, I see. So they're going to go straight for the Celestians. The Celestians will be able to just shirk off these Rough Riders. No questions asked. In theory, the heavier armed, the happier to take the damage. They've got thicker armour. But they are a lot more expensive. But thankfully, Odalus is going for those fortified position upgrades. Might want to hang around near these defensive structures as well. Just any kind of little bonus that you can get is going to be a major use for them. Inferno pistol, Inferno turret, hanging around there as well. Nice use of the putting the plasma generator here as well. Just for defensive reasons, going to go for a Holy Reliquary. Yeah, to be fair, they don't have the green money for any kind of vehicular plate. Also, a lot of that green money is going to go into reinforcing the Celestians wherever they are. So I imagine the scant use of green money that they have will probably go to a Confessor. Confessor with his smite ability, with this scrum of horses, the AoE damage should be alright for him. Gonna be taking him on. Missionary also joined those Celestians as well, so laying of hands upon them should be quite useful in helping them tank things up. Also going to go for an Omega 5 for more faith and the usual gubbins. The Celestian Veteran Superiors will also benefiting from the Inferno pistols. Laying of hands go on these guys, and the Deep Strike Stormtroopers are now out. Angelic Visage, wonderful addition to the DPS output of the sisters, pushing the Stormtroopers quite nicely backwards. Horse is going to try and stand the ground. And we've got more Deep Strike Stormtroopers coming in. In fact, yeah, you've got infinite money. You could just keep these guys a-rolling. It's going to be quality over quantity here. Who's going to manage to win this kind of engagement? And when... if the sisters manage to get this, they'll be able to start then smacking down the economy, because that's exactly what they really need to do. It's either keep these guys occupied over on this side of the map and then build up their own economy, or go in for the killing blow, but I do not think that they have got the killing blow kind of units on the go here. I'm going to go for it. Look at that, I know what's going on. The Confessor comes out, smites a bunch of people, and especially with these guys going Armoured Fist, they will be infantry focused, so that Confessor will certainly do some good stuff. Also has the... oh, is it a 25% DPS buff, or is it 50? It's quite chunky, but Serpents over here, they're going to go for that decap. Probably not the most poignant thing for them to go at the moment. Not when their numbers are so low. They need to keep their squads all together so they can work as one. So this is quite low on health at the moment. The first two in this squadron here. Going to go for a third one. Or just, well, not a third one. We're going to go for an extra one. One Celestian goes down. Healing Hands go straight back on. That's quite a cool, or short cooldown. Going to get my words out today. Second squad of Celestians, and the Confessor comes out. You can see the little ring of power going on around these guys. Now they're going to move forward, see what they could do. Confessor also armed with a Flamey Doofer. Gets involved in close combat. And if you could just get that smite off in the middle of these guys, just one big boom, that'd be amazing. But he's actually going to stand in between these horses, smite them down with like a regular attack, not an actual ability. He's bonking them with his cudgel. The Chimera Armoured Fist carries the infantry away. Those Celestians, real beasts. Gotta be careful now. I was gonna upgrade themselves some multi-melters. Don't want to get too many of them, as there are a fair few infantry models left to take care of. But yeah, the Stormtroopers aren't going to survive very much if they stay outside of the Chimera. But without the Seraphins, they're going to fall. Like I said, they need everyone together. It's a all-woman effort, this. I'm going to see a missionary come out over here. Probably won't be able to do much. One horse taking it squarely on the forehead. But he doesn't care. He's got his gas mask on. Been scalped, more or less, in flame. Servitors are going to come over, see if they can repair it. Horses now realise that they're a thing. What was that little charge? Speed boost towards that repairing. Dedicated to the cause. Celestia's not nearly mobile enough to keep up with these Stormtroopers, but they've certainly kept up with them enough. Confess now comes in. Big smite going on. And, oh, there's a fair bit of damage. Also killing that Chimera as well. There's a little aftershock going on there, so even if you miss the initial blast, you can wait a couple of minutes and potentially get some other people. And the entire Steel Legion army is actually crumbling right in front of our eyes. Wonderful comeback from Odalus here. Another Chimera coming out. And have you caught up on the economy? 126 and 50 compared to 86 and 20. Not nearly on the same par, but it's just enough. You don't need the same amount so long as you've got more angry ladies on the field. That's what my nan always said. Anyway, Celestia's going to go over with these guys. Confessor coming in with the big bonk. And the boys just can't hack it. The boys not in it to win it today. By the looks of things, Surfer's now got the jumpy ability. Celestian's looking to focus fire on that charge turret. Got to keep in mind that is a very stalwart defensive piece of kit. It's going to be very careful when that's knocking around. Surfins will jump away for safety. And we also have a Dogmata. The... oh god, it's the chaplain-orientated version of the Sisters. So additional health. Yeah, they're going to go for the hero build. Actually, when you're low on that economy, it's a bit more micro-intensive, is a hero build, but it's good enough. Blinding light coming from the Canones, only snagging a couple of Stormtroopers there. And now they can't see anything, no missionaries to be speaking of. The Confessor actually... no, that's not the Confessor, it's a regular old Omega Fire. Well, the Confessor has died. Just don't know where he is. Is that you? No, you're another Omega Fire. Well, clearly there's too many people sticks. And actually, it looked very, very comfortably in the Sisters' domain, but now it's all turning around. Just when you think you can start predicting a game of Dawn of War, it all crumbles like Ravita. And there we go, they can now see him. The turnaround. Oh, I see, Odalus was worrying whether it was only the Confessor that could see the infiltrated units. Now they can. Love that Dogmata spinning around with whips. The moment that can be seen, these Deep Strike Stormtroopers are getting smacked around ever so quickly. Laying of hands going to go on these ladies, but not quick enough. A little bit too late in the evening for them. And one squad of Seraphims, not Seraphins, Celestians been taken care of. Also on this one we do have, well, we had some guys, as Odalus says GG, but what were you? Were you just regular pioneers? Yep, looks like it. And you didn't live to tell the tale, but you tried your best among a small blossom of fire. Like the burning bush, like Moses, before he went back to Egypt to say, let my people go. Anyway, so that is one for the boys. Let's see if the girls can recuperate in the next round. And here we are, the next game. It's on Deadly Fun Archaeology. We've got Mads, number 6567, playing as the Elder on the left-hand side. And we've got Odalus still as Sisters of Battle on the right-hand side. Same opening for Odalus, so I imagine Seraphins are still the meal ticket of today. But what are you going to go for, Mr. Number? You're going to go for double guys? And yeah, I understand that these guys are also have girls in their ranks, but you know, it's Tom girls. Is that what they're called? That, you know, you could be a girl and still be part of the boys anyway. That's what we're going to go for. And Reaper aspects don't add on, so going to see some chaps coming out, Dark Reapers, which, to be fair, they can just kind of just hold ground and take on the Seraphins. No problem whatsoever. But again, the Surfers can get into close combat, so I suppose it depends on what you really fancy. Yeah, gotta wait for that pristine sanctuary, so that's exactly what's going to be happening there. We do have some novitiates coming out there in blue and white. Gonna be praying to the heart's content. Sword in the ground, not good to keep your blade sharp. It will dull your edges, but they don't mind. Gonna go for double Seraphins, and we're gonna go for just one singular Dark Reaper. Yeah, you normally don't see them go double straight away. It's a little bit delayed sometimes. Usually they want to get a couple of listing shrines up online first before going too ham on the Dark Reapers. They'll be coming over, going for that contested location in the centre of the map, which is good and proper as the Seraphins come out to play. Novitiate's going to lead the way in. These guys won't be any good against the Dark Reapers, but add some Seraphins into the mix and they should be able to be alright. They've been spotted. This guy's not sure why they were standing there, but they were. Probably just testing the waters, seeing if anyone's going to contest that middle bit. And they were right. And now actually supported by the Novitiates. They'll have a little bit of difficulty. One Dark Reaper goes down, but now they've got two squads out, so it'll be even more difficult for them to really hunker anything onto the ground. Guardians over here, capturing some more strategic points. Now it's all down to the micro. All down to the micro. Can Mad Number bring on the death of these Dark Reapers by constantly shuffling them around? He is playing two games here. One against these guys up north, one against these guys down south. He's going to start firing with the Guardians, but the Guardians are on fleet of foot, so he won't be doing all that much. They have managed to capture the strategic point. Dark Reapers over here, not great. I wonder if a squad of Howling Banshees to supplement this build order would be advantageous. Failing that, or upgrading listing shrines for defensive reasons, but you've got no blue money. You've basically spent all of it on reinforcing your Dark Reapers, and fair enough. It is the well, is it the healthiest? What would the word be? One of the most stable openings for the Eldar. And if they're not caught out, they do a lot of damage very quickly. As Seraphins just found out by losing a model just there. They'll try and keep these listing shrines offline, but wonderful being able to keep on keeping on. Always going to capture some stuff down here, so these Guardians are definitely earning their bread tonight. Going to use that fleet of foot to keep away from the ladies, but they are just a little bit faster than the Seraphins when they're doing their fleet of foot. Dark Reaper's thinking about coming over, but they're standing against it. Yeah, so managing to delay some bits and bobs on the... Realistically, I mean, where's your missionaries? Or did they all die? Oh no, the Novitiates are over here now. I don't know about this. Doesn't seem that they were doing that much damage towards anything that was on this side anyway. And they're not on capping duty. And we don't see any other things capping for the sisters here, so... yeah, they're going to be failing in their economy. They've got another missionary coming out, so they should be able to rectify that soon. But, what is it? Economy 56 and 10 compared to 56 and 0. So actually, they could have been building up the economy, much like the Steel Legion did in the previous game, which I didn't really do much end of game catch up of that game. But essentially, Steel Legion able to keep their economy up for as long as they did, were able to bounce back, even when they were pressed heavily by the sisters, which was quite nice. So it might be the reverse of this, where someone's really aggressive in the early game but does not keep an eye on their economy and their expansion. Because this is an all-in build, but you can't really win all-in with Seraphins. Not necessarily because they can kill all this, in theory. It's the buildings that they struggle with that take a while to smash up. And now they've got full squads of Dark Reapers, especially with their Dark Reaper Exarch. Be able to mow these ladies down. They're losing a couple of models in the exit. They are hemming him in there. Oh, I do quite like the tree trunk that's surrounding this relic. Quite nice. Lovely, a bit of attention to detail. Yeah, they've caught this bit. They've caught that. There we go. They're now catching up on the game. Gonna go for a couple more plasma generators ready for that tier 2. Well, they're very close to tier 2 money. And if anything, now will be the time to tech up on the back of all this. Since the Eldar are not going to be moving around anytime soon. Bernstein are going to come over here and try and... Oh, there we go. They've managed to snag that contested location in the top middle. Sisters kind of dropped the ball on that one. They do not want that being built up. Probably should send Seraphims over there to kill the Burnsingers. But can they weather the storm against one squad of Dark Reapers? They actually probably will be able to. If there were double Dark Reapers over here, that'd be a different story. But the Dark Reapers now on capping duty. And now the Burnsingers being pummeled into fine red paste. Dark Reapers falling back into Listening Shrine's good graces. The second squad coming in for emotional and physical support. I'm managing tier 2 at the moment. Mr. Number. No, you're just building up your economy as these Guardians go about their capping duties. So, a little bit behind. Significantly behind. Do you have tier 2 money? Not quite. We're going to get another Plasma Generator. You don't need it for tier 2, but I suppose you may as well get it while you're knocking about. A pristine sanctuary being rebuilt. So some upgrades on the way for the Sisters. I imagine it's probably going to go for Celestians. Again, that's not a terrible idea against the Dark Reapers. Does the Dark Reapers get their tier 2 and they get their... Oh, their range damage upgrade. Can't remember what it's called, but you know the one I'm on about. They might be able to stand toe-to-toe against the Celestians, but not so sure when these girls can time up in close combat. Just narrowly managing to capture that strategic point. But to attempt to push them off, and they do manage to get that. Garen's going to fall back as best they can. And it's just a case of what can this start bashing. Burnsinger jumps away over onto this side. Going to build up a Listening Shrine. The Seraphims trying to take on this building here. But need to get these ladies together. We saw this in the previous game. For the separating the women up. And on their own, they won't be killing any buildings. Need to keep these ladies. There we go. Come together, focus on those Burnsingers. And that's one wonderful thing from the Sisters' perspective, is that they could deny tier 2 by killing builders. Whereas a lot of other factions, because they get their tier 2 from the HQ building, don't really have the option of tier 2 delay. Listening Shrine next on the bucket list. And not much left for them to really do now, apart from just continue their campaign of harassment. The Celestians are out. I'm also going to see a Holy Reliquary, so basically the same kind of build order, minus the Inferno pistols. Tier 2 now out for the Eldar. Current economies are 86 and 20 compared to 85 and 20, so back on parity. Economy-wise and tech-wise, support poll on the way. Very brave choice, considering that the Celestians will be out soon. So any vehicles that the Eldar go for can be quickly countered. But I assume it's going to be a transport for the Eldar, just to ferry those Dark Reapers around quicker and faster, bigger and badder. The Sixtron over here will be bonked. And over on the northern side, it will be decapped as well. Now, will these girls stick around? I don't think they should. Oh, no, there we go. We've got some Seraphins jumping in. Close combat. There we go. Also gone for that angelic visage, but not close enough for the Celestians to be able to benefit from it. Oh, no, they just need to walk close to it. Fair enough. Okay, alright. Yeah, these upgrade listening posts doing a wonderful job at keeping these Sisters at bay. Should really be focusing on the soft underbelly of the Eldar position at the moment. That's where the weakest. Burnsingers falling quick and fast in this game. And what is that, like 8 dead Burnsingers so far? Something along those lines. And 1 missionary just chilling out. Getting all the points as best he can. You see Confessor on the way. Field logistics, more Celestians. It's looking bad for the Eldar. Looking very bad indeed. I'm going to go for that fusion... Oh, fusion? Falcon Grav Tank. God, I thought Dragon Ball Z for a second then. Yeah, like I say, these guys will go in. They'll jump in and out as and when they need to. Keeping away from that close combat capability of the Seraphids. Also got that Bright Lance. Could change it for a star cannon if they wanted additional damage against infantry. They've got all the damage against infantry that they could possibly want or need from these Dark Reapers. Also got some swooping hawks. Very fragile. We'll do a mean number on these guys. Also can jump around as well, so can reposition much like the Falcon grav tank. And we've got the Confessor in there. Will also be really hard for him to get a smite off, considering how mobile these guys are. They just need to see that initial sparkle on the ground and just instantly jump away. Got double Swooping Hawks now. And the Falcon grav tank has been surrounded. Surfing's falling thick and fast down there. I'm going to reposition over onto this. I'm going to engage in melee against these Swooping Hawks as the Celestians focus fire down on them, but they will just tend to bees away. Listening Shrine getting some damage in as a missionary puts some laying of hands on there. Burnsinger might as well get in there, get involved in some close combat, but no, he's been taken out. Swooping Hawks now taking on the brunt of the damage. The Dark Reapers trying to take things on, and these guys have managed to get a squad wipe on these. What were you? Surfing squad on the front lines. Being in the middle of two Listening Shrines, not an ideal situation. They are in the light cover, but surrounding all sides. Can the ladies push through? Double Celestials have got lots of armor. And now a Canoness in there as well. Listening Shrine goes down. And there's only a couple of Dark Reapers left. What are you going to go for on the northern side? Do you have much? I mean, others have got lots of money to play with. And Mad Number does not. Going to go in for another pass. Canoness does a big sweeping strike on the Swooping Hawks. Force them backwards. The Dark Reaper still nipping at the heels. Canoness just screening these guys away as Celestians open hell and fury upon these Dark Reapers. Also going to see some more Celestians. That's the plan, just mass Celestians and hope for the best. Which ain't the worst idea in the world. Not the worst idea at all. Considering that they are able to stand up to the Dark Reapers' punishment quite a bit. Maybe some Warp Spiders might be the way forward. Ooh, a nice blinding light there. Really cracking on some debuffs for the whole firing line for the Eldar. Double Guardians being wiped out. Trying to raise that mighty French flag, but no mass, no pass for that boy. The sisters are now... I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. They're trying to focus on these Swooping Hawks. Every time they try and kill one, though, they can always jump away. And always separating each other from each other. Should really focus on that Econ. Blast it as much as humanly possible. Further increasing their lead. That's what they want. That's what they need. They need to keep that unit cohesion. And number 65-67 says GG. That's it. Too many ladies. All the single ladies doing what they can. And look at that. We've achieved gender equality. The boys have won one. The girls have won one. It's a happy time for everyone. You've heard it here first. You've seen it here first on the Mr. Landshark channel. But thank you so much, Odalus, for sending the games in and taking part as usual and all the usual good stuff. If you want to support the channel, look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. And there's also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. My name is Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never sharp. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.